It is a pleasure to meet you at this opportunity to address an urgent necessity to maintain economy structure enhancement and economy financial structure enhancement on specific for several reasons. These news yesterday and the past few days, we heard about the placing city of Detroit on a state of emergency. Yesterday, city of Stockton, the state of California, filed for bankruptcy. In a town located on state of Michigan named Athens. The only financial institutions in that town, or it's between village and town, Southern Michigan Bank and Trust, they closed their branch there. The area, they don't have any financial services, teller machines, or to get their financial transactions. It does refer to FDIC takeover financial institutions and how does it affect economic activities on geographical areas. But the most important part, which is the financial authorities and leading scholars on economics and finance and the CEOs, they talk about the derivative industry and how it does caused the financial direct or indirect financial crisis or collapse through the entire world financial system. It is not true. It is not even related to any. It's impossible unless there is what needs to get fixed. That's what I can say at this moment. If there is any way for a derivative industry, which is mortgage investment industry in the United States, caused the economy and the financial industry in the United States, in Europe and Asia and other areas, much of loss. It is not true. But what needs to take attention, where does the mortgage investment industry exist? And who is running the mortgage financial industry there? It takes to a very important area, which is the financial services in the United States. If you remember the Act, the Financial Services Modernization Act, which named on the senators who made the act, Graham, Leach, Bliley Act. The act referred to a number of areas on the financial industries, the financial institutions, banks, and insurance companies, and the securities companies. Most of those companies, they have problems on their growth. Part of them, the leading companies, they receive bailout to get their growth forward. Least on middle size of the companies, they have they don't have that much stability. It's a kind of fluctuation, and it's well noticed on FDIC takeover financial institutions in year 2008, year 2009, year 2010, and year 2011, and year 2012, and the beginning of year 2013 until this moment. Why it happens? It takes to another part. Who is running the financial services? Well, you can notice there are a number of limitations. More details it takes to solutions, but let me just refer to very important areas, because there are a number of cities enter a specific area not supposed to. It tells the national level, state level, cities level, and businesses level needs more attention to to keep the growth and the financial services forward. Who is running the financial services? It's a very, very important question, and His Honor, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, on several lectures on well-known well-known academic institutions, he referred to the similar situation. The mortgage investment industry caused the instability on the economy and the industries and the financial system. With my full respect, it means the financial structure of the economy is not in a good shape, period. And it does lead to simple questions. I just mentioned it more than twice. Who is running the financial services in the United States of America? You cannot say there is entities or institutions has similar function to the central banks or Federal Reserves or national banks, as they call it, but reality says the function of the government-sponsored enterprise, they offer lenders funds, offer funds to lenders. This is the function of the or what's supposed to become part of their work methodology. They offer funds to lenders. Who are the lenders? What kind of funds? They are not central banks, not Federal Reserve, not Federal Reserve districts. They created for a specific reason to finance a specific range, but for unknown reason things got different directions. Let me say, any effort to maintain solutions, it won't hurt the image or the function of the government-sponsored enterprise. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, $8 trillion debt could get cleared in a business session, and they could get with at least $2 trillion surplus on each. Pardon me, on each. But it needs resources allocation, resources management, financial management, and investment management in several areas, not just on the work of pardon me, of government-sponsored enterprise needs to more attention on a number of areas. Plus, the what existed on United States, the resources allocation, it's supposed to direct to work factors of production more efficient, land, labor, organization, and capital structure to maintain growth on real income growth cycle. Pardon me. There is two cycles, the real income growth cycle and the financial alternatives cycle, which has two types of financial risks. Pardon me. It needs more attention to eliminate a number of limitations, and part of it caused structural pardon me, structural limitations reflected on the performance of the federal budget, and increased the kept adding to the federal budget deficit, in addition to the national debt increase. National debt increase in less than 6 years, late 2007 to present moment, $14 trillion. Not supposed to happen. With more focus on the resources allocation, not less than $26 trillion becomes available in 24 hours. With my full respect to the financial authorities, the Treasury Department, Federal Reserve districts, and the Congress, Senate, and House of Representatives related committees, including the government-sponsored enterprise. Let me just get back to a very simple platform to get the financial services back on unlimited growth direction. The financial services need more attention. The function needs to be defined. The financial structure, national, state, cities and businesses needs to have levels to back geographical areas and businesses at any financial difficulties. And if you remember, between 4 to 6 gross levels to back companies and geographical areas at any financial difficulties, it is not existed at this moment. The economy financial structure needs more attention to on economy macroeconomics financial structure, needs more attention to support economy microeconomics financial structure to increase the financial networks, geographical areas, and the availabilities to unlimited range of companies, to increase the financial tools for those companies, geographical areas, to maintain their economic activities, to bring much of growth and increase on gross domestic product and revenues on those companies. Without referring to specific names of companies, but there will be much of growth with more attention on financial services, and it takes me to the purpose of any act in the financial services area. If it does not support or modernize or reform the financial services, it does not bring the main function or the objective of the act. And let me just remind the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. It needs to become Dodd-Frank Financial Services Reform, comma, Wall Street, and between two brackets the Financial Districts and Consumer Protection Act. Wall Street is a financial district. United States has more than 400 financial districts. The act is supposed to encourage growth on those financial districts, and the companies on those financial districts not to put barriers or delay the speed of the investment. Instead of, there is no doubt the act try to get growth forward. There is no doubt, but it did focus on areas and put sequestrations on other areas. What brings growth didn't find enough attention. What does not bring growth found more courage to keep forward, and that's on the exemption of the number of on a specific government-sponsored enterprise. With more focus, number of things becomes available to get things forward. It does start on economy financial structure enhancement, the economy macroeconomics financial structure, economy microeconomics financial structure, and how does increase the financial networks, and how does increase the financial tools. And if you remember, U.S. economy works only on 2% of total financial tools. Taxes supposed to become a financial tools. It is financial tools, but its purpose is not clear. It's supposed to adjust for more growth. When tax is purpose, well known, when defined, and when it happens for a specific function, and it's supposed to become a financial tool when it does bring more growth on what known by the taxes cuts. When they places taxes cuts, then you can name it financial tools. But if it does not, it becomes financial instruments when it works on its main function. But when it becomes financial tools, it's supposed to maintain taxes cuts. It does not happen unless there is a growth on real income growth cycle, not on financial alternative cycle, which includes varieties of financial risks. It starts on the financial risk itself, credit risk, and the interest rate risk, the liquidity risk, the number of other risk which leads to operational risk. Pardon me. It leads to settlement risk, it leads to value at risk, and it leads to the final part of the financial risk, the volatility risk. And it means the pardon me, it means the repurchase agreements of the Federal Reserve and Federal Reserve districts doesn't add or it doesn't find forward growth on companies, and that's well noticed on FDIC takeover financial institutions. But if those financial risks range eliminated with more support on the economic activities, with more enhancement on financial markets and commodities markets, it does bring real growth on real income. It does direct the financial alternatives on towards its main function, investment, and it does lead to the final conclusion to the investment management. It won't bring investment position on negative growth. Instead, on huge growth, which means government-owned assets on domestic and in foreign range. When it keeps growing since 1989 to present moment, it's on negative growth. It means government-owned assets in domestic and in foreign range on negative growth. More focus on resources allocation, resources management, financial management. It leads to much better investment management, to much growth on investment inflow, on foreign exchange reserves, which gives the financial markets, the commodities markets, more ability to communicate on trade, import and exports, and necessary transformation to keep things forward. And it does remind the situation on Cyprus. Cyprus, excellent geographical location, gives them much of ability to maintain trade, imports and export, to increase their growth and revenues and financial activities on the economic activities. Services industry takes more than 81.2 of the total gross domestic product, can find much of support with other industries. It's just an example. Advanced economy is different from emerging economies, different from developing economies. More attention to the financial services gives much support to other industries, and it does give direction to trade, import and export performance between two practice trade transformations, and it does connect to industries development. Thank you very much. It is an urgent necessity to focus on financial services reform. List of solutions are available, includes $26 trillion gross on financial industry within 24 hours, $200 trillion growth on industries development, another $200 trillion on commodities markets and financial markets through the cities, passing through the states, and $8 trillion total debt clearance of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, with at least $2 trillion on each surplus on their budget. Much of other solutions are available to their owner, the President of the United States of America, the U.S. Congress, Senate and House of Representatives, related committees, their owner, Treasury Department, much of expectations from Treasury Department, the tax code to encourage trade, import and export, to maintain financial networks, financial tools, availabilities, works only on 2% of total economy financial tools. Similar situation with the Federal Reserve and Federal Reserve districts. Thank you very much. Solutions are available upon request, and thank you.